Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video. And is Paladin the new Demon Hunter on ladder? The numbers are looking pretty scary. We're gonna dive into it. We just had the biggest balance patch ever. Do we really need another one? Spoiler alert, I don't think so, but we'll go into all of it. As well as it's the last chance for you guys to enter the $500 pack giveaway, where 5 winners will get $100 of Hearthstone pack of their choosing, and it's to celebrate 50,000 subscribers. I cannot believe we hit that. Man, we're almost at 51,000. That is absolutely ridiculous. Thank you again for all the support. All you have to do is like and comment on this video. It's linked in the description below, and be subscribed to the channel. And if I'm seeming a little bit under the weather or a little bit out of the just not correct today, and if you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen me mention I was in the ER earlier today, basically for like 12 hours. I was having some difficulties. We were worried it could be potentially scary, but thankfully everything checked out. I had like 4 x-rays, a CT scan, and it just turns out I'm dealing with some insane pain. I'm very happy I can sit for a living and not have to commute somewhere. I'm on plenty of prescription medication, should be okay, but yeah, just dealing with some incredible pain, but should be okay. So thank you again for everyone that sent their support. Anyways, what are we talking about with Paladin? Well, hsreplay.net tweeted out their regional power rankings, which takes a look at how decks are performing in standard from May 18th to May 24th. So the latest balance patch in Diamond to Legend. So not like top 1000 Legend, not Legend ranks, but still a pretty decent indicator of how things are going. And you might notice something here. We got a Paladin problem. We got Mech Paladin number 1, Mech Paladin number 1, Mech Paladin number 1 across Americas, EU, and the Asia Pacific region. And then second, Handbuff Paladin, Handbuff Paladin, Handbuff Paladin. The top 6 decks across the top whatever regions, all Paladin, with Warrior coming in below. Quest Warrior of all things. So you might be like, oh, Quest Warrior, is that really that good? When I'm watching a top streamer, they're never facing it or playing it. The thing is, at Diamond to Legend, people aren't tryharding as much. People are trying to get to Legend, but there's a lot of people playing there more to have fun. And a deck like Quest Warrior punishes fun really hard because the Juggernaut comes down, and that's infinite value and damage, and people struggle against it. Also Mr. Smite and all of that. So players really hate Quest Warrior, even if it doesn't perform well at high rank, because, well, it really punishes the fun out of the game, and, well, nobody really likes that. So anyways, let's dive in. Let's take a look at a little more, dive deep into this to be like, well, is Paladin really doing this well across even the highest ranks? And what cards are doing well? Is it a problem? And, well, let's take a look. So across all ranks, HS Replay, again, indicated that 54% for Paladin. It's kind of funny though, Hunter at number 2, and then Warrior across all ranks. So it really shows how it can vary. But again, one of the best indicators we always take a look at is top 1000 Legend, mainly because that's where the best players are playing the best decks and playing them the best they can. So you can kind of see what's doing the best, and you can see Holy Paladin up there. I still don't understand that. I would take a quick look at the matchup spread, because I don't see this deck. I'm top 500 Legend, almost top 300 Legend right now. I rarely see Holy Paladin. There's a very limited sample size, so to me it seems like a sample size issue. But Charge Warrior, I think, is the best deck in the game. But before we get into the Paladin thing, I actually think it's the best deck. It does everything a crazy Hearthstone deck does. It cheats ridiculous mana with From the Depths. It can do ridiculous mana cheat plays with like a Nelly for 4 mana. It can play Finley and cheat like even more mana. Notice how I'm mentioning cheating mana. And also you could cheat mana with your Galvangar, Smite, Battleground, Battlemaster, and Faceless to OTK your opponent, and then you just have ridiculous board clears with Shield Shatter, which also cheats mana. That's a lot of mana cheat. It comes together to be one of the best decks in the game. However, you'll note Mech Paladin right below it, and then Handbuff Paladin pretty far behind in the tier 3 range with only 49% win rate. So we could see, and by the way, you could see Quest Warrior not even on here. It is so little played at high Legend because it's so punished by so many of these decks. You just don't see it. It's just not really a thing. So if we take a look at Mech Paladin, we take a look at one of the more popular decks, and you take a look at what cards are really overperforming for Paladin. Are there problem cards? Like we had Drekthar near 70% mulligan win rate. And if you take a look at the top performing cards right now, you have a Rarran Mooncatcher. It's a 3 mana 4/2 Divine Shield. just ridiculous stats, plus the whole part you copy into your deck that you can get out is ridiculous stats, plus when it's hand buffed, it gets out of control. And number two, we have Prismatic Jewel Kit. This is arguably, I think, the strongest card in the deck. I know it's not got the highest mulligan win rate, it's up by like 0.2, but the fact that you have this down on 1, you're just getting like +3/+3 in your hand. It is so many stats, it's so good. That, yeah, I find whenever my opponent plays that early, I really struggle to win games. But the card that sticks out to me, this is the only card that actually bothers me when I look at this, is Lightforged Cariel. This is supposed to be like a control card. It's a board clear, it's anti-damage, and it's the 3rd highest mulligan win rate card in a deck that wants to curve out and play like an aggressive mid-range strategy. And you have the 7 mana, not really synergistic card there because it's just that broken, right? It's just that busted. You have infinite damage for a weapon, your hand buffs are nuts, and your opponents are really going to struggle to kill you with the immovable object. So to me, it's kind of a failure of the card to see Lightforged Cariel being this high a win rate in a 7 mana card in a deck that desperately wants to curve out early, curve out well, that even if you keep Cariel in your opener, you're still going to win roughly like 60% of the time. That's kind of crazy. It makes sense for a 1-drop weapon or a really strong 3-drop or this 1-drop minion, right? That makes sense. But a hero card like this, that to me indicates a bit of a problem. And the same kind of goes for hand buff Paladin. The numbers are very similar. It's a lot about Prismatic Jewel Kit in your early game, but I want to talk about, is Paladin really like the next Demon Hunter? Pressing the ladder, is it that problematic? Is it locking out all the board decks? Well, one of the main reasons Mech Paladin's doing so well, if you take a look at its matchup spread, it does incredibly well against Control Warrior. It also does very well against Charge Warrior. But if you take a look at the win rates across all their classes, like it beats Curse Warlock, it loses to Murloc Warlock, loses to all Priests, it beats Hunter, it does beat Druid, it beats hand buff Paladin, it kind of loses to Mage, kind of loses a Demon Hunter. It's like a 50-50, and I would argue pretty unfavored against Rogue. I'm looking at legend ranks here, not top 1000 ranks. So if you're looking at a Paladin, it's not like Demon Hunter that was like beating everything. It was beating everything and losing to Warrior. It's a deck that's not really holding anything back. It's actually one of the only things kind of holding Warrior in check. So when I take a look at the top 1000 legend meta and I see Paladin near the top, I'm pretty happy actually. I think that's relatively healthy for the game. Paladin fights for board. You take a look in particular at Mech Paladin, the cards they run, none of these are charge minions. There's not an obscene amount of mana cheat. It's just a really solid, way too many stats type of deck, but it's fighting for board. It's counterable. It has plenty of bad matchups. It just fits its purpose in the meta well. It's not some huge outlier, but it's doing really well. It's just a really well-performing deck, but I think that's fine in Hearthstone. It's not promoting unhealthy play styles and doing unhealthy things. So do I think Paladin should be dialed back? I would argue just Cariel, maybe make her 8 mana, make the weapon lose durability if you swing with it, just something, because I feel like it shouldn't be auto-included in every Paladin deck ever. Hero cards shouldn't be that way in my opinion, although you take a look at Guff, he's got the same problem, and I love Guff and I'm biased, but still, I have said Guff probably should get nerfed at some point, but Druid's not doing so great right now. But anyways, yeah, Cariel, I just think she's a little too good, but even then, I probably wouldn't dial anything back right now. I feel like the latest patch has been a real good success. There's still lots of stuff to play on ladder, and we have a mini set coming up. So overall, I just thought I'd go over Paladin and how, although it's doing really, really well, I don't think it's a major problem, but you guys can let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree and all of that. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day. Stay salty, my friends.